Welcome. Today I'm going to share 3 things you should know about vitamin D and your immune system. Number 1, vitamin D deficiency is a global public health issue. About 1 billion people worldwide have vitamin D deficiency. The prevalence of people with vitamin D deficiency is highest in the elderly, the obese, nursing home residents, and those who are hospitalized. 42% of all Americans and 82% of African Americans are vitamin D deficient. About 50 to 90% of vitamin D is absorbed through the skin from sunlight, while the rest comes from the diet. The most common reason for deficiency is simply not enough exposure to sunlight, but it's a bit more complicated than just trying to get more sun. There are only certain times of day that you really have a good shot at absorbing D from the sun, and we're generally inside at work during those hours. The further from the equator you live, the more likely you are to be deficient because those times and seasons are even more limited. Further, you cannot absorb D if you're wearing sunscreen or makeup containing sunscreen. And on top of this, the darker your skin, the slower you will absorb D from the sun. For white people, 20 minutes of sunshine daily with over 40% of skin exposed is required to prevent vitamin D deficiency in the most optimal of conditions. Unfortunately, these optimal conditions do not exist for most, especially people of color and those that live above or below the 37th parallel, south or north of the equator. Darker skinned people need much more exposure to sunlight, up to 90 minutes a day. Number 2, you cannot have a healthy immune system without optimal vitamin D, period. Low vitamin D levels are associated with almost every chronic disease imaginable, especially autoimmune conditions and inflammatory conditions such as Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, multiple sclerosis, type 1 diabetes, inflammatory bowel disorders, and rheumatoid arthritis, even Parkinson's disease. The reason is that vitamin D is essential to the function of cytokines. Cytokines are immune system agents that regulate the inflammatory process in the body. They do a great job of regulating and balancing pro-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory processes. To work properly, however, this immune system mechanism requires vitamin D. Vitamin D plays a key role in promoting regulatory T cells, which decide whether to dampen or promote inflammation in the body. In vitamin D deficiency, the pro-inflammatory cytokines do not get turned off and promote a cycle of inflammation, which can be difficult to break. Number 3, vitamin D supplementation is essential. If there's any one thing that you should do to ensure a healthy immune system, it is to supplement with vitamin D. The real question is, how much vitamin D do we need for optimal health? Because D is so variable, it is best to test your level of D and supplement from there. If you're not able to do this immediately, don't hesitate, don't worry, supplement right away. If you suspect deficiency, which you most likely have, go with 5,000 to 10,000 international units a day for 3 months, and then reduce to about 2,000 to 4,000 international units. The best formulation is D3 and K2. You should always seek out a high quality supplement. Remember, with supplements, you really do get what you pay for. In any case, please be sure to start supplementing with vitamin D3 today. Thank you very much. Until next time, see you later.